So we're pulling down our main product from the back end. We've got this saved, we've got our theme saved, and everything is a blank slate, and we can begin translating the design. Let's take a look at our design. We've got a lot of different things that we have to put on this page. We have the title, we have the description, we have some images, and then we have the form, and these other elements of copy that we added to our technical blueprint. Coming back to our documentation, I still have the product object open in the liquid reference. We have all of the different things that you can output that are associated with our product. So in this case, we know that we're going to need the product title. So in our document, so in our index.liquid, I'll just come down 2 lines and in between 2 curly braces, because we're trying to output something, type main product dot title, because remember, we're referencing this main product variable, which contains all of our data for our activity band product. So great, we have that there. And then let's maybe also get this description in there. So looking in the product object, we can look through all the different keys available, and we have product description. You can click that, returns a description, or you can do product.content because it's an alias. I usually just use description. 2 returns, 2 curly braces, main product.description. Save. And we can see that the description we entered when we set up our product is there now. Let's go a little further and get some images. Scrolling up, we can click product images, and you can see it returns an array of the product images. So since images are an array, we can't output it like we normally would within these 2 curly braces. Now if you refresh, it'll work, it'll output something, but if we have more than 1 image uploaded to the product, this will all fall apart. So let's come back to our liquid reference, and understanding it's an array, meaning that there will be multiple images. We need to figure out how we can get those out one at a time. So if we come back to basics, you can click on tags, because tags make up the programming logic that tells templates what to do. So we're going to want to tell the template to show every image that the product has, because we can link that up later to maybe the color selector or something like that. So we'll click tags and we'll click read more. You'll see iteration tags, which run blocks of code repeatedly, which is great because we want to run this same block of code for every image that we have. So we're just going to use for. So you can see for repeatedly executes a block of code, and we can just copy this. And instead of typing main product.images between curly braces, we're going to use the tag opening, the curly brace and the %sign. And we know that main product.images is the object property we want to access, but we have to give it a variable name for what we're going to use inside the for loop. So in this case, you can see they do for product in collection.products. This can be anything we want it to be, but for this sake, we'll do for image in main product.images. And then we need to close that with an end for tag. So delete this, come up, and we can just type in image in here and click save and come back. And we have just the image name within there. There's way more that we can do with that. And one of the main things that we saw in the product object under images was that we should use the image URL filter to link the product image on Shopify's content delivery network. So if we just wanted to do this, we could copy the image URL filter and paste it in. And now we get a long URL with the CDN, content delivery network, and everything that we need for that one image. but we want this image to actually output a image on the shop. We'll just wrap this in an image tag, putting it between the source attribute, and close the braces and refresh. And we have this image. It's really small, but the image URL filter accepts different parameters to output it in different sizes. So you can add pixel values, you can change the width only, you can change the height, or you can get the original image. So maybe in this case, I'll just get the original image. After the image URL filter, adding a colon and then single quotes, master, save. But now it's super huge, and that doesn't work for us either. Shopify has some old values that they used to use that I'm just going to use in this case, and you can just type in large. And that gets it down to something that's a little bit nicer. The last item we need on this page that's directly related to the main product variable is this add to cart form that we can see. Now, lucky for us, ThemeKit automatically generates one in the product.liquid template, which we can just copy and paste. You see it starts here on line 10, continues all the way down to line 28, and we'll just copy that and go back into our index, make 2 hard returns, and paste. We'll just clean up some of the formatting here so that way it's a little bit easier to read. And we can go ahead and click save. So coming over, we see that this has no data in it, and nothing happens when we click add to cart. That's because this is still hooked up to the product variable, even though in this instance we are using main product. Since we're not on a product page, the product variable is not available to us. So we'll just go ahead and change that to main product and click save again. Refresh. So now we can see that all of our variants are in there with the price associated. We can click add to cart, and it's all hooked up and it works.